is yourself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Game day number 4 here at the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by NPL. We're live from the TU International Cricket Ground in Kirtipur, Kathmandu. Very good morning and a warm welcome along. It's a bright and sunny morning here in the Kathmandu Valley. A little bit colder than it has been in recent days, and we're all set for plenty more action with a couple of really good contests coming up. We've got the hometown side, the Kathmandu Gurkhas, taking on the Karnali Yaks, and then we're going to see the Bharatnagar Kings try and turn their form around and finally see the Lumbini Lions come into action. Andrew Leonard here with you, and delighted to have my great old friend HT Ackerman joining me. As always, good morning to you, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. I've seriously underclubbed here. You mentioned that it was a little bit on the cold side, and for the first time in the 4 days that I've been here, I haven't brought myself a jumper.
Well, I've gone with 3 layers, you've gone with 1. That shows how hard you are, and I think controversially as how soft I am. Let's have a bit of a chat about day 3 yesterday. It was all the fun of the fair, and really one man, Dipendra Singh Airi, lit up the NPL. Just how good was he yesterday?
I think, look, the first thing is he arrived with expectation. The thousands that packed in here to the TU Stadium were expectant of him to put up a performance, and he didn't disappoint. It was quite the sensational T20 innings. For a little man, he is so strong, he packs such a punch, and he hits the ball in areas that a lot of cricketers find very difficult to find. Over extra cover, he's magnificent, and lightning between the wickets. I'd hate to bat with him at my age now. I'm not sure I would have coped at the age of 21, but if you bat with Dipendra Singh Airi, you better be
Have you ever dreamed of owning a business? The Alibaba.com app is the perfect place to get started. The Alibaba.com app is the perfect place to get started.
brilliant. Dakhal, the young man here from Nepal with his left armers. You just wonder if you know, he's really picking up from Sohail Tanvir. I know those are today's games.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at today. As I said, the Karnali Yaks with Shikhar Dhawan in town again, and also another big signing, Will Basito, the former Australian under-19 captain. They're going to be playing against the Kathmandu Gurkhas, Karen Casey and Gerard Erasmus, Jim Sharkey, Nathan Sater, some of the ones to watch out for. And then the Bharatnagar Kings against the Lions. We're mainly going to talk about this morning's game, but this afternoon, Kevin O'Brien's side, they need to turn it around.
They do. I mean, I know that you chat to most of the teams and the coaches. I'm just not so sure how Kevin's going to turn that around, because they just look horribly out of form at the moment.
Yeah, they really do. What about the Karnali Yaks? Thought they were an interesting looking side. Of course, Shikhar Dhawan and their team, he's been the one coming to Nepal for the very first time, where everybody got so excited by his arrival here, and that is him getting to the ground this morning, the second highest run scorer in IPL history.
He's going to have to come to the party, because the top order is what let them down. They were bailed out sort of towards the back end. Sampal Kami, Gulshan Jha, they bailed them out in that first game, even though they lost. If their top order can put it together, they've certainly got the power at the back end where they could post something formidable.
I'm not sure whether or not Sampal Kami is going to admit it, but we both felt that decision to have a bat first was a little bit of probably the wrong one, a difficult one, a controversial one, if you will. But Arjun Gartry as well, he was good with the bat too. They have not won their first game. We'll get a look at their card here. They're going to have to turn it around with 8 teams, 7 matches. You're probably going to have to win, what, 3 if not 4 of them to get into the playoffs.
Oh, like I said to you right at the start of the competition, having 8 teams, you can't be an average side if you want to make those playoffs, because only those top 4 sides make it. So you've got to really play some good cricket over the course of the competition. Interesting for the Yaks, Will Basito from Australia has arrived. Whether he will play or not remains to be seen. Now, I know he hasn't been in the professional transitional era for some time, but he is a serious cricketer. He still plays Premier Division cricket in Western Australia, and I'm not kidding you when I say that he gets 100 virtually every time he walks the wicket. Offers a little bit with off spin, but it's his batting that's very impressive.
Yeah, and of course both of these sides lost batting first. If we look at the Kathmandu Gurkhas and we have a think about their team, Karen KC, all of that heroism that he's performed for the national side over the years, but they were nowhere to be seen with the bats in game one, 111 in their 20 overs.
Well, I think there hasn't been when I say a real competitive game, is that those teams that have batted first have struggled apart from the Royals, and the teams chasing have ended up chasing it down easily. The one really shining light for the Gurkhas was Alam with his spin. I thought he was absolutely fantastic in that opening game.
Yeah, and you have to think that the one benefit for the Gurkhas, the bowling of Shahab Alam, the left-arm spinner, I thought he was outstanding, 3 wickets, and Herod Erasmus, he's got to do more, all-round cricketer, he's so good, he has to show.
The problem with T20 cricket, you know, Lenny, is that because of the high energy that you play it at and the risks you take, you fail quite a lot. Erasmus won't fail for long. He's had one already. Don't be surprised if he makes a massive contribution today.
Yeah, no doubt that he will bounce back. We were just talking about the fact that it's definitely colder this morning, and one thing that we both noticed upon arriving at the ground, there was a significantly larger amount of dew across the surface. You actually saw the ground staff kind of running carpets across the outfield. Will that have an impact on the captains at the toss?
This is the most amount of dew that we've seen since we've been here, as you pointed out, but that's the danger about deciding to bowl first. We know that most teams want to bowl first, but if the ball gets wet, if the seam gets slightly damp, it becomes very difficult for not only the seamers, but as you would know, the spinners, very difficult to grip a wet ball.
Yeah, you have to be able to try to grip that wet ball, very difficult, but that means that I still suspect we're going to see captains want to win the toss and choose to have a bowl first. Both of these sides have had their problems though with the bat. Neither team has had a side get to 50 yet. I think it might be about time to get out to have a look at this pitch. Let's get out to Sriram and see what he thinks of it.
We had an action-packed day yesterday. We saw the new ball bowlers getting a bit of swing. We saw the spinners take wickets, and we saw a score of 180 being scored. What do we have in store today? We are on pitch number 5. It's another fresh pitch. Equidistant boundary, 65 meters on both sides. But one thing that's very evident today is the amount of dew in the outfield. I'm just going to get a closer look. I'm putting my hands, and it feels a lot colder than it normally does. What that tells me is that the new ball bowlers are going to get a bit more swing early on. All in all, 160 looks a par score. If you're batting first and you can put up 160, you're setting yourself up for a good game. And if you're chasing, you've got to restrict the opposition before 160. Early wickets will always help. All in all, we've got a cracker of a game in hand.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous scenes here in the Kathmandu Valley. You think of that Janakpur both side. They're top of the table, 2 from 2. Yesterday, the day off, Babudu Dasanayake, he said, let's get up to Chandragiri Hills, let's get up in the cable car. It was so clear here yesterday in the valley, they could see Everest. Quite incredible.
Well, we just moved hotels for a couple of nights as the commentators, and from my room I can see, and I'm very frightened to call them mountains because you've told me that there are certain parts here that are just hills, but I saw the snow-capped mountains in the distance, and it is quite the scene.
It's not over 3,000 meters here in Nepal. It definitely is not a mountain. Then it's just a hill, or a dada as it's known locally. Okay, we have had some some reinforcements to the commentary team added as Manali Patel has arrived with us. She was out there for the toss a little while ago. Let's go and find out what happened.
Welcome to match number 6 here at the Nepal Premier League. We've got another action-packed one. It's the Gurkhas taking on the Yaks this morning. To the left of me, I've got the match referee, Mr. Nair, the captain of the Gurkhas. It is Karan Casey, and the captain of the Karnali Yaks, Sompal Kami. We're ready for the toss. Give the coin a flip, please.
Tails. Tails is the call.
Tails is the call.
Tails.
Tails it is. Congratulations, you've won the toss. What are you going to be doing and why?
We are doing bowling first.
And why is that?
I think as a bowling unit, we want to use the morning condition as well. So that's it.
So you've coming off a loss in the first game. You've struggled a little bit in the department of batting and bowling. What do you think is going to be par score on this track right here?
Yeah, in the first match, I think we collapsed in batting as well and bowling. So I think around 150, 160, and that will be a good total for us.
And are there any changes to your side in your batting or your bowling lineup?
I think we have Dan out and Nathan in.
Perfect. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Not winning the toss today, but had you won, what would you have done?
Yeah, I'm happy with whatever current case he choose. Well, I love to bat on that kind of wicket because Sun is already out and we have a good batting side as well.
And what do you think is going to be par score for you guys?
It depends on power play. After that we plan. First of all, the batsman will inside and they know the information of how to play this kind of wicket. Then we'll go in for set. Maybe 160, 170 is a good target on that kind of wicket.
Now, your bowling really struggled in the first game. How do you change that today to try and bring it out and come a bit stronger?
It's already passed. It's a new day, new opportunity, and we all know how to come back because we already played lots of cricket in our conditions. So we know how to come back and how to win matches.
Fantastic. And any changes to your side?
Yes, the Kathmandu Gurkhas winning it and choosing to field first. Let's get a look at Sanpal Kami's side. Just the one change for them. Out goes Mausam Dakal. He was a little erratic with his leg spin, but the big man, Shikhar Dhawan, at the top.
Yeah, I think the men at the bottom part of the screen, they are looking at the men at the top part of the screen to make an impact today, particularly Walton, Baba and Zishan. Baba Hayat is a very powerful striker of the ball, but he struggled to come to terms with the surface here the other day. If they can fire, this side has got a real chance today.
Have to remember as well, Gulshan Jah so in demand that all 8 teams tried to draft him. Let's have a look at the Kathmandu Gurkhas side as well, captained by Karan KC, such an icon of the game here in Nepal. Michael Levitt certainly showed us what he can do with the bat at the top. Stephen S.